Hello, YouTube. ZiggyNo here with a idea for something that I would pay money for, a service that I think the hobby needs, something we need someone to build. I'm going to make this video kind of lay out at a high level what it is. I'm going to tag a few companies that I think could easily do this, right? I'd also love your feedback. Is somebody already doing this and I'm just missing it? And worst case, maybe we need to just make this happen. We'll go out there and make this company happen. So, love your feedback. And what I'm talking about is specifically tracking. Um, I'm going to call it the hits of modern products that different collectors have interest in. And I'll give you an example of what I'm going through right now. So, if you've followed me, I'm a big fan. It's interesting. I'm just realizing this says 2022 Panini Prism Monopoly. Is it 2022? I thought that was 2023. Anyway, I'm a big fan of the Monopoly Prism product when it came out. I know this checklist inside and out. There's 90 cards in the checklist, 3 players per team. I could probably tell you the players in the team if you asked me to. 10 all-star inserts. There's also chase cards like Money Black, Money White, Monopoly Man, Color Blast, uh, all sorts of different things. Now, here's the reason I released your attention. I love this product. I bought it. I opened a bunch of it. I have a bunch of it graded, and I kind of want to see where I stand. And let me give you an example. I have a lot of short prints. I have 2 of the Running Man for Jaden Ivey. How many Running Man are there, right? How many dice roll? How many different parallels are there too? Like how many different ones have been pulled or graded? Now, this hit tracking is very, very basic. All I'm doing here is looking at PSAs, hit registry, right? You can go find PSA, Monopoly, blah, 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 blah. Here you have all the players listed. I'm going to go ahead and quickly pull this up. Here's LeBron. And you can quickly see, first of all, it has his black gold, been hit. 2 of them have. So it means there's 3 out there. Doesn't mean that 3 are in packs. It just means 3 are not PSA graded. I'd love to see pictures of these if I could, so I could see. I'm assuming these are different numbers, right? And one thing you should be able to see is to see the image of these modern cards, especially the modern sets. Are they grading the same card twice? We've been told they're not. So I would assume that these 2 are not the same. The Black Prism got a 6. Think about that. The Black Prism got a 6. Blue Money Shimmer. There's only 2 that have been pulled, or 2 that have been graded. That's the Blue Money Shimmer. Boardwalk Blue, 4 of those out. Boardwalk Tiger Stripe, 5. So very, very few on those. We're going to compare that to another player in a moment. The brown, I think, are to 125, if I'm not mistaken. So 41 of those have been graded. Free parking, only 16. That's actually low. Free parking were in the Panini exclusive boxes. Again, that's telling me that's a very short printed product. All these different parallels seem to be very, very short printed. The Ghost Space, there's 28 of those been graded. Um, Gold Money Shimmer, that's actually numbered to 500. So you're going to see a lot of those. 152 have been graded. Gold Prism, now here's what's interesting here. Oh, gold in this product, I think, are to 49, if I'm not mistaken. These are not. I'm curious about that. Because look at this right here. You got 21 of them. I'm pretty sure in this product, the gold was to 49. The 10 is not. The 10 is different here because of the money use. It's like I'm trying to think what the $10 one is. Is it? We'll find it probably. Gold Money Wave, Gold Money Shimmer. Why is there Gold Money Shimmer twice? Oh, you know what? I bet you one of these is the um All-Star and the other one's not. That'd be something I'd love to know. Handshake Deal, Green Prism. See, Handshake Deal was a limited. Only 3 have been graded. Light Blue, there's a lot, I think 100 something of those. Monopoly Black, 131. Those are the ones that are only in the Monopoly board game. That gives you kind of an idea of the print run of board games as well. Because if there's let's say you look on this on average, you find out there's about 200 graded blacks per player. You could then back out and figure how many boxes are made. You could reverse engineer the you're making some guesstimates, but you can figure out some pop count information or a production runs. Orange Prism, Pink Prism, Purple Dice Roll, 8, Red Money Shimmer. That's to 100. Red Prism. I think that's to 99, if I'm not mistaken. Running Man. See, there's 10 Running Man there. I'll mention that because I'm gonna go over here next. I don't have LeBrons. I sold all my LeBrons. I have a friend of mine who collected LeBrons, and he was looking at this. And what we were talking about when he was looking at this is that he could determine how many are not graded by PSA, how many are still in the wild, right? This hit tracker. This is a hit tracker for him. Also, this gives us an idea when you start averaging these, right? When I look at how many, red dice are in LeBron, how many red dice does Chet have, and how many red dice does Paulo have? On an average, it means red dice, the high, the most we've seen graded is 50. The lowest, the average is 25. It'd be great to have some insight on these short prints. How short are these short prints? Are these short prints better than some of the number cards? I have three Chets, right? One of them is numbered to 50, and the two of them are, I think I have the red die, and I think I have the running man. But when I come down here and look at those, like here's Chet free parking. I thought that's interesting. There's 32 tens. I couldn't get any tens on my free parking. Chet go space. I don't have the go space. Um, handshake deal. I don't think that was mine. But look, there's only two handshake deals. Handshake deals seem to be pretty limited. All right, let's go back up here. There's the handshake dude. Handshake deal right there. Yeah, three. Handshake deal might be one of the super short prints. I just find this information would be beneficial to me. Chet, where are we? Question mark. There's the purple. I have one of those. There's only 22 graded. I have a 10. Red die. I think I have one of those. 11. But right there, my red die seems to be more short printed than the purple. And my running man, only 12 of those. All right. Teal wave. The teal waves seem to be everywhere. But if there's, let's say a couple hundred of those are pretty low. White sparkle. Love that visibility of white sparkle. I hope this makes sense. Like, I think that every new set that comes out, it takes time for PSA to even start putting these things together. Like, none of this, I'll point out, let me come up here and show you this. So there's nothing here in the registry about Monopoly yet. There's no sets for registry, right? There isn't, and this shows you, I think, auction sales of these guys. LeBron James. I'm gonna click on one of these. Black Money. Let's click on that. I think they'll give us some auction information. 13 sales. Here's the value. Yeah, it tells you comps. eBay. I think that's kind of cool. I don't think these are really recent, and you get picture information too. So again, if I go back here and look at numbered cards, I can see the pictures as well. That's pretty cool. So what I'm asking is, and I know people track these pop count information every day. They want to know how many nines and how many tens. I don't really want to know how many nines and tens. I want to know of these new products, these flagship products, specifically like Series 1, how many of the gold 50 autographs have been graded? And here's the other thing too, right? I'm just focusing on PSA because, let's be honest, they're the leader. But you could pull in and should pull in data from SGC or TAG or these are the grading companies. And there should be a curator, right, that looks at the data to see if, like, for example, did the 7 of 10 get graded at TAG and get graded at PSA? Or did they get graded at SGC? And, we should be able to see that stuff. All that data is right here. It's out there. I'm wondering, like, the companies like Gem Mint. I mean, you're doing some great analysis and this stuff. Is this something you guys could do as well? I mean, PSA, you should add this to your app. I mean, this would be a major value. I would join your collectors club tomorrow if you gave me this information in an app where I could just simply pull up the product and I could see. And I want like this. I want to say a Prism Monopoly, which cards do not have the one-on-ones pulled, right? Give me a list of that. Which cards have, numbered to 5, 60% still out in the market. Give me that information, right? And you could be able to do this and mine it from other stuff. It's just a base backbone to knowing the checklist, the hit checklist. And then honestly, right, if I'm a hit checklist company, if I want to really mine this data, then I can also start pulling data from eBay, from marketplaces, looking for serial number cards and mapping that back to the PSA. Hey, PSA says there's 10 cards graded. We've identified 9 of them. Here's where they sold. Here are the cert numbers, right? Here's a raw one, right? Track all that information, hit information. We need to know what's out there. Knowing is knowing is caring. Caring is knowing. Anyway, what do you guys think? Is this crazy? I mean, I've been looking, I'll tell you, since I came in the hobby, I'm like, well, why is there not a hit tracker? And somebody told me they don't want you to know, right? If you know, then you're not going to buy. Well, I used to believe that. I kind of understand that. But as we're moving forward to 2024, and this has really become very gamified, very gambling oriented, I think knowing the odds, numbers, what's hit, everybody asks these questions. I'm sure people are figuring it out. I'm sure some geek is sitting there jamming the numbers right now and goes, well, I know how many golds there are. So, yeah, I've been running this number in my spreadsheet. If you're doing that, let me know. Share that information, man. Let's build this into some hit tracking information. Because again, once you start tracking hits, you can track first steps, counterfeits, fraud. Like, comment, subscribe.